So I'm with Dr. Jeffries, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, historian, teacher, master teacher, elder, and on and on. I don't want to disrespect.
Hey.
I appreciate you coming by. The artistry creates the world.
Right.
So, Dr. Jeffries, I just have that question. I just filled you in a little bit.
Right.
What is art? And do you believe that artists can recreate the world and here in 2018?
Well, certainly I appreciate you raising the question, and it's a serious question. It's a question we have to deal with. At the center of what we have to do is we have to be about systems. Every system has three components. The economic component, which is your creative, productive capability. The political component, which is your management capability. But your economic component and your political component can't make sense for you and others unless you have the cultural component. Culture is the deep values. Culture is the high values. Culture is the creativity. So economics, politics, and culture go together to create high culture and civilization. And so the artist and art is the center of the higher consciousness. It touches into the genius. And I appreciate it because as a young person, I was an artist. I won photography contests. I won artist contests. I designed the cover of the yearbook at Barringer High School. My wife, I married an artist. So art has been a part of what we've been about. And so art is not just the creative productions that you have to purchase. Art is the deep culture. You have the creative arts. You have the musical arts. You have the philosophical arts. You have the art that exudes messages and deep cultural values. So at the culture of real civilization and high culture is the creative component of what we are. Africans provided that. Africans created that. Even back in the time of people forced to live in caves, Africans created cave art to express their inner understandings and their outer understandings of the creativity. The art in every African culture, whether it's the stone creative art in the Nile Valley, where people could put together 2+ million carved stones and create the pyramids. And then around these great pyramids and temples, they created cultural institutions such as the Great Temple. So each column of a great temple was not only artistic creation, but it exudes the values of the culture. For example, in the great culture in the Nile Valley, in the great temple at Waset in Egypt, now called Luxor, the courtyard in the center had 44 columns. 42 of the columns represented moral and ethical principles in the system of Bayat. Bayat is the philosophical system created to express truth, justice, righteousness, harmony, reciprocity, and balance. And so our art reflects our highest understanding of who and what we are in relationship to the Creator. So even though I'm a teacher, I'm a professor, I'm interested in development, at the heart of it all, I'm an artist. When you hear me present, it's not just a presentation. I'm trying to touch the inners of the people I'm talking to. If I go into a big audience, I've got to do something artistic and spiritual before I even express myself. So I do a libation. I do a libation to call on those ancestors who kept us on the march of humankind. I do a libation for those ancestors that took us to the higher inner standing, to the greater outer standing, and references the unknown mysteries of the universe. So these unknown mysteries, the artist will create what he feels is the unknown mysteries that we call God or other manifestations of that which is invisible but visible, seen but unseen, negative but positive. So I've been blessed. You come to our house, you can't walk in the house. In the doorway, You got a creative figure from the Nile Valley greeting you. You have Marcus Garvey greeting you. You have a black Jesus greeting you. You look on the other side and there are all the special images of our great people. You have images from Mexico, the great Olmec heads. You have imagery from the Dogon, their great Kanaga mass that reflect linking up the heavens with that which is below. You walk into our living room and there's sculpture from Ife in Nigeria, the male and the female prince. On the wall, there's a tapestry of the goddess Nut reaching across the sky. Her hands showing the arc of the universe. She's swallowing the sun as it sets at night and it passes through her body and she gives birth to the sun in the morning. So the art is a part of the real deep values that keep the fabric of families and associations and traditions together. So now we've got this. Wakanda forever. They say it's a movie. No. In the great Kemetic cultures, when one leaves this human body and goes into the spiritual realm, across the chest of the Africans is this symbol. So this is not out of the movies. This is taken from a real culture, linking the human life to the spiritual continuation. And then the Africans have this symbol. Some of our great scholars and athletes, they raised the black fish. But a great symbol in Nile Valley culture is the Ka, reaching the universe, linking to the pluriverse of the earth. So our people have created this. I'm wearing on my chest a creation of the Akan people of Ghana, the Asantes. This is the image of the great king, Prempeh II, who helped to reestablish the Ashanti nation. So we have to understand images carry spiritual meaning, images carry physical meaning, images carry universal meaning. And so we have to put our artists in a blessed place, not put them in a limited place where they're used and exploited for materialistic purposes. Art comes out of the deep spiritual well of the human. Hey, Black Power, Wakanda, Ka.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you. Keep on keeping on.